Y'all should know by now, this is not my first rodeo. I've been making Sephora sale videos since 2016. 8 years ago. I feel like a veteran. I feel like I'm here for you. We're shopping buddies. I got you covered. So if you guys want to hear my wish list and recommendations for the upcoming Sephora sale, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I've been on YouTube for like 13 years, which is so crazy bananas, but I love it so much. So every day I just bring passion and love for makeup. And so if that sounds good to you, highly recommend subscribing to my channel, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Before we chat about my wish list as well as my recommendations, let's just talk about the details really quick. So the sale starts this Friday, the 4th of April for VIB Rouge. And I also know that Sephora collection is 30% off. So that runs through the whole length of the sale. 20% off if you're Rouge till the 14th, which is so exciting. And then if you are a VIB or a insider, your sale starts on the 8th. That's next Monday, and you get a whole week to shop, which is so fun. So I'm really excited. The code to use is Save More. And yeah, I love saving 20%. I know there's different people that prefer different sales, and I know there's other better deals out there. I just like to shop at Sephora because it's like a one-stop shop for all my favorite brands. And if something doesn't work out, I always can return stuff too. So I really like shopping at Sephora as well as Ulta. If Ulta gave me a sale, I would shop there. It doesn't really matter. I just go with the flow. Okay, so I thought I would twist it up a little bit and share my wish list first because honestly, I have 8 years worth of recommendation videos, so you can definitely check out my playlist. I decided it would be way more fun to share what I want to buy first because the list is long and I really need to narrow it down because your girl's on a budget. So let's go ahead and actually get on my Sephora app because why not? And let's talk about some of the things I want to buy. I did also want to let you guys know that I have created a Sephora sale like store. So through the Shop My platform, I was able to create it, and basically I put in my recommendations. I put in things I'm eyeing, so you can just browse through there. Maybe it'll inspire you. And I don't want to talk about the same thing I've talked about 20 other times. So I just looked at my cart, and one of the things that was on my wish list is already sold out. So fingers crossed on that. But let's go ahead and chat about what is on my wish list. So I've been just like keeping an eye out through my makeup collection, my skincare products, my hair products. I don't use a lot of like fancy hair products, but one thing that I do love that I actually have two of. So I have the Verb Ghost Oil down here. This is the value size, which is kind of something they came out with recently. So this is 4 fluid ounces. And before, I think you could only buy it in like one size. So I've panned this like multiple times. It's my favorite hair oil to use because it smooths my hair, but it doesn't weigh my hair down. I feel like it's named perfectly being called Ghost Oil because it disappears, and so you can just apply more. I can go like a whole week without washing my hair. That's something I do regularly because my hair is so greasy. I've been trying to wash it less, and that really helps me keep it from getting super greasy. So that's one thing that is in my repurchase pile because I just am about to finish the one I have upstairs. So I want to get myself a backup at 20% off. And then I really want the Sephora Collection Colorful Blush and Highlighter Glaze. I love a glowy blush, and they have some beautiful shades. And I would like to get more than one, but if I could only get one, I'll probably get Golden Hour, which is an intense tangerine shimmer that sounds right up my alley. So that's in my cart, as well as the shade Moon O'Clock. So I'm going to try and narrow it down between those two. I want all 3 of the new fragrances from Sol de Janeiro. I just like to collect those. I have the ones from last summer, so I want the ones from this summer. So there's Danica Mystica, there's Agua Mystica, and then there's a pink one called Flora Mystica. So super duper excited about getting my hands on those. And I've talked about most of these products in recent new makeup releases videos, so I feel like I'm almost repeating myself, but that's okay. And then I really want this Benefit Hula Wave Cream Bronze Balm. I'll probably get it in the shade medium, and that's $36. So I really want to get some new bronzers, so I got my eye on that. And then I usually get PR from Rare Beauty, but I haven't gotten the blushes, the Soft Pinch Matte Bouncy blushes in PR. So I might pick up the shade Grateful if I don't get it before the Sephora sale. And so I'll keep you guys posted on that. And then I don't typically buy any kind of primer or any kind of like serum-y things because I have a few primers I'm working on, but I'm a little bit interested in the One Size by Patrick Starrr B12 Base Thinner Luminous Vital Pearl Boosting Serum. I really like the idea of thinning out some of my more full coverage foundations. So I might get my hands on that because I think that sounds like something I would get some decent use out of, especially in the summertime. So we'll see. And if any of these products I'm talking about you've tried, let me know if I should splurge on them or if I should pass. I love hearing your opinion. And then I want to try one of the Urban Decay 24/7 Glaze On Shimmer Liquid Eyeshadows. I thought maybe the shade Frost Boss sounded lovely. So that's currently sitting in my cart, as well as the Haus Labs Powder Sculpt Velvet Talc Free Powder Bronzer. I think they just repackaged these, but they've been sold out for quite some time. And I didn't ever feel like I could find the right shade, but so many people talk about how much they love this bronzer. So I'm going to try it again. This is the shade Amber Horizon Medium. That's the one I picked out for myself. So definitely getting that, definitely getting the Hoola bronzer. Everything else is kind of debatable because I am on a budget and I can't really afford to spend too much during the Sephora sale because I need to save up for a trip I'm taking at the end of this month. And then if I have extra money, I might pick up the NARS Total Seduction Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Stick. They came out with some shimmery versions and I like the look of the one called Hustle, which is a shimmering bronzed golden shade. So we'll see. I don't really need it, but I might do it. And then this is the one that sold out. It just launched today and it's already sold out. The Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Hot Cheek Velour Blushing in the shade Cherry Pied. I'm a little bit bummed. Hopefully it'll be back in time for the sale. I know sometimes things restock, so I do try to sign up for restock notifications and then I just like run and make my purchase. So I just signed up for restock notifications. Let's hope and pray that that comes back in stock because it's a beautiful red blush. And then I have a bunch of fragrances on here as well. I was eyeing two from Kilian. They're so expensive. Their travel sizes are $50, but the Old Fashioned fragrance that is notes of warm and spicy with Wheat Absolute, Divana Essence, and Cedarwood definitely caught my eye because I love Kilian fragrances and I know my husband loves Old Fashioned. So kind of was thinking about picking that up, but I probably won't because honestly, I don't feel like I can spend that kind of money right now on a fragrance. And there's other fragrances I want as well. Okay, and then the other fragrance from Kilian I was eyeing is called Sunkissed Goddess with coconut and vanilla. And I think this one sounds right up my alley. So this is Fresh Solar with bergamot, tiare flower, and coconut. That sounds like a tropical vacation. So I'm a little bit curious to sniff that because I do love Kilian, like I've said 100 times. So that's another fragrance I'm eyeing. I really want to get the new Ellis Brooklyn Guava Granita fragrance. And this looks like it's launching on the 5th. So I'll be able to grab it with the coupon. Hopefully it doesn't sell out right away. But this one is notes of guava, juice, banana, and vanilla. And I know my friend Angie got this in PR and I actually asked her about it. And she said she really enjoyed the fragrance. So I trust her. We have very similar fragrance preferences and then sometimes we have very different fragrance preferences, but when it comes to Ellis Brooklyn, I feel like we're on the same page, so I think I might get that. And then I've never been interested in any Glossier fragrances, but this new one sounds kind of intriguing. So this is the Fleur, and it is a fresh floral scent, ylang ylang, apricot skin, and ambrox. So I'm a little bit curious. I maybe, hopefully, will get a chance to go in store and maybe sniff this one if it's available in my store. So that's another fragrance I'm eyeing. And then there's more. I sound like an infomercial. Wait, there's more. I kind of want to get my hands on this one. I've never been that curious about a YSL fragrance, but the Libre Leon or Leo, I don't know how to say it. I saw this picture and it got me. So this is a fresh citrus and fruit fragrance, Green Mandarin Bergamot Orange Blossom. That sounds right up my alley, so that's on my list as well. And then the Jo Malone Beach Blossom Cologne with coconut water and vanilla travel spray. I'm not really a Jo Malone girly, but that description is also right up my alley. So it's fresh solar, lime, coconut water, and vanilla. Obviously, if we do the math on that, there's no way I can afford to buy all of those fragrances. So most likely I'm going to have to make some tough decisions, but those are some of the fragrances that are on my loves list in my Sephora app right now. So I think I covered all of the main ones I'm eyeing for the current sale. And then I didn't really have the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Gloss Bomb oils on my radar, but I think I saw the swatches and I kind of did a double take. So there's some really pretty shades, including the shade Miss Jellyfish, which I would never wear that really on a regular basis, but some of the more nudie tones actually look really pretty. So I could see myself picking one of those up, although I don't need any lip products. So I'll probably try and be practical and pass on it. I'm also on the hunt for more concealers. I feel like I have some concealers, but not enough concealers. And I remember really loving the NARS Radiant Creamy Matte Concealer, and I haven't used that one in forever, and I haven't owned it in a long time. So I thought it might be fun to repurchase that. So that is on my loves list, and I could see myself buying it. Another product that is on my loves list that I would, in a perfect world, like to purchase is the Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks Face Trace Sculpting Powder Duo, but it's $75 and honestly it's not in my budget. So that one's a skip. I would like to try this Laura Mercier Bronze Color Infusing Talc-Free Matte and Luminous Duo. It also looks really pretty, but I don't know, it's not really like a need. So I could probably see myself passing on that. Another really expensive product that I would like to buy, again, I don't think this is in my budget right now, Dr. Dennis Gross Skincare Bring the Clinic Home Face Wear Pro LED Device Bundle. I did ask people to give me their thoughts on this, and people said that they do find them effective. So now I'm like, the seed has been planted and now I need to find out for myself. So I might pick it up, but not anytime soon. Maybe I can save for it in the fall sale, but right now with all the expenses I have, I don't think I can swing for that. And honestly, I have a lot of stuff on my loves list, but those are kind of the main things that have been like circling my brain since I heard the sale announced. So I think that's it. I could definitely see myself picking up some skincare backups, although I've been trying really hard to use the things I have before I make repurchases, and I will definitely pick up some of my Laneige Cream Skin Toner. That's one product I definitely just cannot live without. I've tried other toners and I just haven't been able to replace it. Now, I used to be a huge loyal fan of the Honey Halo from Pharmacy, and that moisturizer is amazing, but I feel like I found other products that I'm still trying to use up. So I don't think I'll purchase that, even though I kind of really want to, and I might have some backups too. So I need to double check my backups, and I think I'm good as far as skincare goes. I'm really making an effort to use all the things I've been like doubling up on, or things that have been sent to me in PR. I want to like test it and get it out of here if I'm not interested. So I've been doing that really well. But yeah, those are some of the things on my wish list. So I want to know what's on your wish list or what's in your shopping cart. How much are you thinking you might spend this year? I'm very, very curious. And then I went through my Sephora purchases for this year so far because I was curious, and I have more than 15 things that I've purchased, but I didn't really want to talk about the things I didn't like. So I'm just going to talk about some of the things I thought were like interesting. Some things I just got, and I'm a little bit mad at myself. I haven't even sniffed this perfume yet, but I did end up buying the Maison Margiela Replica Never Ending Summer, and the notes are fresh. I'm so excited because I'm such a Replica fanatic. Replica and Ellis Brooklyn, I typically buy every fragrance they come out with because I feel like their fragrances really like speak to me. And I'm so excited actually because I remember smelling Under the Lemon Tree in New York when I was there with my friend Angie, and I might be going to New York again soon. So I'm really excited about that. but I did get their new fragrance and I need to sniff it. I'm gonna do that tonight actually. And I also bought one of the Prada waterproof smudge proof eye pencils. $35 seems like a crazy price for an eye pencil, but I was so curious, so I did make the splurge before the sale. And I don't know, we'll see if I really like the formula. Maybe I'll pick up another shade. They have a really pretty silvery one. I haven't had a silver eyeliner, I don't think, ever, so kind of curious about that. We'll see how the pigmentation is. And then I wanted to recommend the Fleur Vanilla Smoke fragrance. It is warm and spicy, and the size I got retails for $25. I really like the fragrance of this. I think if you really like smoky fragrances, it actually reminds me a lot of my Kilian fragrances. So if you're balling on a budget and you can't splurge on Kilian, which honestly, who can? Their fragrances are so pricey. So I would say pick up Vanilla Smoke from Fleur, and I think it's lovely. So I would highly recommend that fragrance from Fleur. And then I wanted to talk about the Natasha Denona Bloom eyeshadow palette. That retails for $69, and I don't really want to say I have a lot of eyeshadow palette recommendations at Sephora, and frankly the Bloom palette will probably eventually be available at a better price on the Natasha Denona website itself. But if you're like me and you can't wait, then I think 20% off is a good price. I think it's a great like everyday palette that's a little bit newer, so if you've been eyeing it, I think go ahead. It is a beautiful palette and you can just do lots of like really pretty everyday glam looks with it, and I think the price point's pretty reasonable too for Sephora. And then I wanted to talk about the Say Super Suede blush. I got it in the shade Chow. I actually have it right here. They do have 6 shades and it retails for $28. I've said it once, I'll say it again. This packaging is not ideal, but I really love a baked blush and I love this shade. So if you've been thinking about it, you should definitely pick that up because I love a good sale, and Say has so many great products. So not just the new blushes, I really like their liquid bronzer as well. You guys know that about me. And then I did try the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip 12-Hour Hydrating Gel Skin Tint. I actually bought it last month when it launched. It retails for $36. I guess this product went viral and they've been like sold out forever, so I don't even know if all the shades are available or anything like that. I thought it was a really pretty skin tint and I'm so excited to wear it in the summertime. And yeah, I'm really into it. So love that for me, and that comes in 15 shades. So great time to score it on a deal. I also got the Shiseido eyelash curler. I was wanting a new eyelash curler because I'm frankly not even sure what brand this one is. I think this might be a Shiseido too, actually. I'm just not sure, and I've had this one forever, and I felt like it was time to replace it. So I looked at the best-selling eyelash curlers on Sephora, and it was a Shiseido one, so I did grab it, and I have been using it, and it's a nice one. I really want to try the Tower 28 eyelash curler as well as the one from BK Beauty, but I haven't gotten a chance to, and I'm pretty happy with the Shiseido one, so I'll probably put that on the back burner. But I did purchase an eyelash curler this year from Sephora, so I wanted to talk about it. And then the Summer Fridays birthday cake flavor and the iced coffee flavor are two of my favorites. It looks like they got rid of their hot chocolate flavor, which I'm a little bit bummed about because that's my favorite, and luckily I have a backup. So yeah, phew, I'm glad I picked up two. But the iced coffee flavor is nice, and honestly, I'm so shocked by how much I like the birthday cake flavor. It is $24 for each of them, so a little bit ridiculous. I know a lot of the kids at Sephora really love carrying around their Summer Fridays lip balms, but I feel like the ones I've tried recently I've really fallen in love with, so I would highly recommend picking one of those up if you've been thinking about it. And then I did buy one of the Touchland fragrance mists. I bought the fragrance Sparkling Bergamot, and those retail for $20. I love my Touchland hand sanitizers, mostly because I hate the feeling of other hand sanitizers. So I bought a bunch of hand sanitizer, and then when I found out they were coming out with body sprays, I was like, why not? And I really like my body spray. I don't really feel like any of the other fragrances sound like they're up my alley, But if you were contemplating it, I would recommend. It's also a body as well as hair mist. I personally think you can really smell it in my hair, so I thought it was lovely, and it's great for travel too because it's quite small, so I could definitely see myself bringing it with me on some of my next adventures. And it's also not very expensive, so if it were to break or if I were to lose it when I was traveling, I wouldn't feel as bad as if I lost one of my travel fragrances. Next, I bought the Laneige Glaze Craze Lip Serum, $22, and this comes in 8 shades, I believe. So I really like this. It has a proprietary donut applicator. It's so funny. It looks like a little rubber tube on top, and it's a fun applicator, something a little bit different. These are very pigmented and very glossy looking, and I have a huge stash of lip balms that I keep upstairs that I just throw on every day in the morning before I go somewhere with the kiddos. And I have a very minimal beauty routine, so I don't usually put on any makeup other than my lip balm, and that one is very satisfying, as well as a Summer Friday, so I wanted to mention those to you. And then I did splurge on some hair care. I bought the Crown Affair Volumizing Shampoo and Conditioner for oily, flat hair. $38 a bottle, which is so crazy bananas. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I spent almost $40. And they're so tiny. They're like this big. So that's a little bit insane, and I don't know that I'd do it again. And I don't use them every time I wash my hair. I alternate with it. I have a L'Oreal conditioner and shampoo that I use in between, because in no way, in no way, the Crown Affair is washing my hair to make it worth it. But it was a fun splurge. I love finding shampoos and conditioners for oily hair because I feel like a lot of the time shampoos and conditioners are advertising that they're going to hydrate your hair, and I don't really need any more hydration. So I love finding something that says the opposite. These ones do work really well, but the price point is crazy bananas, so I don't see myself repurchasing. And then I bought the Kayali body sprays for $45 because I wanted to sniff them, and honestly, all 3 of the ones I got, pistachio, cherry, and vanilla, were overly fragrant, like too strong for me. So I did end up returning them, plus the tops kept popping off, and I just couldn't justify a $45 body spray. So I did actually end up returning those, and I actually would not recommend you picking those up during the Sephora sale if you were eyeing any of them. And I think they were limited edition, so I don't even know if they're still on the Sephora website, but I thought I would mention. And then I bought the YSL Make Me Blush 24-hour blushes, $45, and I think there's about 8 shades. This is another one I would recommend skipping, another one that I actually ended up returning. I can't even remember if I kept one or not. I think I returned both of them because, again, for $45, I felt like they weren't really changing my life, and I have so many blushes, I just couldn't justify keeping them. So if I were you and we have similar taste in blushes, I would pass on those. I did buy the Pat McGrath liquid lip in the shade Ellison purely for science purposes. I feel like I had heard that Taylor Swift wears that shade of red and was sold out forever. And then I signed up for notifications and it came back in stock, so I bought it really quickly. And it's such a pretty shade of red if you're in the market for a red liquid lipstick. I definitely bought that on a whim, and I'm not planning on purchasing any more red lip shades, but if you're curious, I thought it was quite lovely. And then I bought the ABH Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation, $46. They have 25 shades. I really fell in love with that foundation. I put it away because I felt like I was wearing it too much, but it's lovely. If you can narrow down your shade, I would recommend it. I feel like it wore really well. I love the packaging, and I really hated ABH's last foundation, so I'm glad that they came out with a new one that's good. And then the last thing that I wanted to kind of complain about is actually not something I purchased, but usually I do purchase this at every sale, so hopefully I still have some backups. But my beloved Glow Recipe Avocado Fine Line Eye Cream with retinol is, I think, discontinued. It's $42, and I was going through my Sephora purchases and I clicked on the link and it was no longer available, and then I did a Google search and no longer available. So I'm a little bit bummed because I have used that eye cream for years. I've panned it so many times. Like, I literally go into my tags from Glow Recipe, and I'm sure every other tag was the eye cream. So I'm a little bit devastated, but I told you guys I've been trying to use up some of the things I got in PR. So I've been using the clearance eye cream, which is lovely actually. So I'm not in crisis mode just yet, but I was a little bit disappointed when I saw that my beloved eye cream was discontinued. So if you guys know something that I don't, like, hopefully they'll bring it back, but I could not find it anywhere else. So I'm a little bit sad about that. But like I said, I have tons of recommendations. Please check out the link in my description box for my Sephora sale recommendations and wish list. I have made so many of these videos over a very long period of time, so I didn't want to sit here and make it too long, although I feel like I've been blabbering for way too long. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off. As always, if you have any products that you think I would like, leave me a comment down below. I love asking you guys about this because I know I'm always scouring the comment section for your recommendations, your favorites. Like, I am always influenced by my subscribers, so don't be shy. Share with the class. Let us know what your must-haves are during the Sephora sale. And of course, if you are able to, or if you're shopping the sale, if you could use my link to shop, it really helps me out. And if you don't want to use my link, that's totally fine. Just use somebody's link, because I know as a creator, it is so helpful. And I know we're all so appreciative every time you guys use our links and codes to shop. So thank you so much in advance. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and I will see you in my video with this eye look very soon. Bye, friends.